Shaw, I didn't expect you to be working here. Perfect.
I was just covering someone's shift. The screening here is super strict, and I was afraid the supervisor would realize I was new and subbing for someone, so I hid in the control room during the supervisor's inspection. So I happened to bump into this guy, a blonde man wearing a hat, and I think he was checking some footage. Then he logged that footage into the tape he brought. Later, I found that part of the footage had been wiped.
Blonde, wearing a hat. Could it be Hugo?
Do you know him?
I think it's him. If it were Hugo... I think I know where he would hide the tape. Thank you, Shaw. You were a big help.
Great! You also helped me a lot when I started working. I used to make mistakes all the time. If it weren't for you cleaning up my messes, I would have been fired ages ago. So I'm happy I could help you too. All right, go ahead and do what you need to do. We'll catch up another time.
If I'm not mistaken, you and Vivian share the same goal. Silence is no good for negotiation.
I just don't want Dina to reach a point of no return.
Hasn't she already reached that point with what she's doing?
The formula for the Landon serum was lost, but a batch survived, and Dina was able to develop a substance that can be used for mind control. She's trying to combine the two to make sacrifices that would obey human commands. If the dormant sacrifice and the remaining Landon serum are destroyed, we can put an end to this. Dina's concoction can't create sacrifices on its own.
And the sacrifice core?
That belongs to the creator, not her. Although I find Landon's methods despicable, I can't deny that the Exaltists and the creator are leading us in the right direction. I just don't want Dina to spend her life trapped by her father's mistakes.
I mean, no offense, but I find your protectiveness rather weird. I will confirm the location of the dormant sacrifice and find the chance to relay the information to you. I do not want any of my people to be going into danger. As for the sacrifice core, I can only guarantee that it will not fall into her hands. As for how things will ultimately play out,
The creator will guide me.
Camille was actually destroying the dormant sacrifice?
Compared to Camille's motives, I'm more concerned about whether Hugo has more plans lined up.
Hugo...
Wise, Lycaon just sent a message saying he's got something urgent that he needs to talk to us about now.
All right, let's patch him in.
Master Proxy, I apologize for disturbing you. We have just learned that the Ravenlock family will host a banquet tonight. This banquet is rather special, as they're allowing members of their family to invite business partners to attend. With Hartman at the center of controversy, there are many members of the family who are eager to use this opportunity to replace him. The mayor has been spreading rumors of a young tycoon who inherited a sizable fortune and is looking to partner with a person from an old and influential family. This information has lured a young man named Burton from the Ravenlock family.
So, you want me to pose as this tycoon and use Burton to infiltrate the banquet?
Correct. And Hartman's study is also located within the venue.
I see. Hartman's study might hold valuable information.
It seems like there's nothing left for me to do.
You can attend as her +1.
+1? Lord Phaethon, please go with me!
Master Proxy, it seems Miss Vivian requires your presence, so...
Yes, just your presence will help me immensely!
Sure. If we go together, we'll be able to keep an eye out for each other. I'll accompany Vivian.
I'll send you the time and place for the meeting with Burton. If you encounter any danger, please evacuate immediately or contact me for backup. I hope everything goes well for you tonight.
Miss Banshee, I believe I've shown you my sincerity. Now how about you?
Sincerity? My presence here is a show of sincerity.
If we're to work together, Miss Banshee, you should drop your pretentious act.
I am well aware of the ways of the Ravenlock family. If I were to come empty-handed, I probably wouldn't even be able to make it out the front door tonight. Since I agreed to come with you, and even brought along my most precious companion, does that not show my deepest sincerity?
No need for such an off-color joke. Our door is always open for those coming or going.
We both know what's what, so let's cut the small talk. I know far more about how the Ravenlock family made their fortune than most here. I am also well aware of why Hartman, despite such a massive scandal, still remains in power.
Oh? Do tell.
Exaltists, blessing, sacrifice, Landon. Where would you like me to start?
How did you know that? No, who are you?
Don't be so tense. If I'm not mistaken, it's about time the banquet began. My companion and I are practically famished. Is this how you treat your guests? By letting them starve? Perhaps when we've had our fill, we'll remember where the sacrifice is hidden.
You know where the sacrifice is?
So, can we go get something to eat now? And I'm also looking forward to receiving a special dessert from you. We can discuss what you wish to know while we enjoy dessert.
Of course. I wouldn't let such an important guest discuss matters on an empty stomach. As for dessert, I will prepare it myself, and I guarantee it will satisfy you. I'll come find you later. I wish you a pleasant evening.
These kinds of people are exhausting to deal with. I really don't know how Hugo used to put up with it.
Was there a special meaning to the dessert you mentioned just now? I thought he'd stay for longer, but he left once you said that.
Hugo taught me that bringing up dessert in such situations is a way of telling the other party they need to offer more. Fortunately, that old fox Hartman is terrified of losing power. He's definitely keeping the destruction of the sacrifice and the fact that the sacrifice core is fake hidden from the other family members. Otherwise, Burton wouldn't have been so willing to raise his offer. Lord Phaethon, let's find Hartman's study when the banquet is at its busiest.
All right. I've already taken note of the surrounding terrain. Once more people arrive, we'll enter the garden through the door in the corner of the banquet hall.
Wherever you go, I'll follow, Lord Phaethon. Isn't this going a bit too well?
The security outside of the manor is really strict, but maybe it's more lax on the inside? Just in case, though, let's contact Lycaon.
Right. Having some backup would be safer.
Let's check Hartman's recent correspondences for clues. I still have concerns about the sacrifice core.
Right. Though the core he gave Dina was fake, Hartman might have left a trick up his sleeve and hid the real one.
Then let's split up.
Esteemed guests, is the catering at the Ravenlock family banquet not to your satisfaction? So much so that these two distinguished guests felt the need to come to my humble office to scavenge for food. Don't want to come out? Well, after all, you don't have long left. Burton, that greedy idiot, fell for the mayor's trap. But I never expected that he would bring you into my territory. I suppose I should thank him. Otherwise, I would have had to go to great lengths to eliminate you. Vivian, Phaethon, Give Hugo my regards. Tell him I shall be taking the wealth and power of the Ravenlock family for myself. The bullet? How?
Dear Uncle, why must we be so distant with one another? You can just tell me what you want to say directly.
Hugo! Impossible! You're...
Uncle, you must know a Ravenlock will never stop until they get what they want. Did you really think I would be defeated so soon, when I have yet to trample you into the dirt?
You filthy bastard! You only know how to resort to these petty tricks!
Petty tricks? Perhaps you'd like to know what I managed to accomplish using this faked death of mine. My dear Uncle. Faking my own death. Hope it's all worth the theatrics in the end. It was just to keep Hartman off my back, but maybe I went a little overboard. The manager must be pretty shaken up. I should apologize at some point.
You're taking longer to rest than I expected.
Lycaon, you think too highly of my physical capabilities. Well, thank you for your cooperation. I must say, if nothing else, at least your acting skills have improved. Why do you look so angry? You should be happy. We pulled that off together with flawless teamwork and managed to fool everyone.
Drop your foolish facade.
I'm glad you still remember the code we set all those years ago. And thank you for ensuring your sleight of hand didn't deteriorate. Oh, right. I should also thank the blood bag hidden in my clothes and our other props. Do you remember when we last used this trick? It was probably ages ago.
Sometimes I really don't understand you. Have you never thought about what the consequences would be if I didn't understand your code? If I decided against helping you? Or if I just couldn't control my strength properly?
You'd understand it. Of course, if things really did go awry, I had alternative plans. You wouldn't be so arrogant as to think I'd bet everything on you, would you?
You're insane.
No, I'm flattered.
So what exactly is the purpose behind all this? Surely after going to such great lengths to erase your own existence, you don't just plan to hide here and reminisce about the past with me. Don't try to brush this off. I've already helped you enact your plan. Tell me the truth.
Don't get your tail in a twist. I have more plans that require your assistance, so naturally I would not hide anything from you. Simply put, as things stand, whether as Hugo Vlad or as Mockingbird, I am doomed to die.
Seems you've made quite a few enemies.
As a member of the Ravenlock family, I negotiated with Edmund and managed to obtain resources from Tops for my future plans. I also confirmed what attitude they held toward your master, the Mayflower family. Meanwhile, I used my identity in Mockingbird to strike a deal with Hartman and gather information on their collaboration with the remnants of the Exaltists. That's where I got my intel on what Bringer left. Oh, by the way, the crime declaration letter that your dear mayor received, that was also sent by yours truly. He's probably figured that out by now, right? Though I'm not sure if he told you.
The mayor learned about the sacrifice attacks through his own means, but lacked an opportunity to take action. That warning letter was precisely what he needed.
You aren't hopeless yet. How delightful. In short, I'm more well-informed than your lot because I get around, dealing with all these different important figures. But of course, it comes at a cost. It's only fair. After all, you can't hide the smoke from a wildfire. Rather than trying to carefully tame it and risk setting yourself alight, it's better to let it burn free.
When I helped you put on your little act, killing you in front of everyone, you left the sacrifice core to Hartman. That was intentional too, then?
Oh, yes. And it worked like a charm, didn't it? Now no one cares for me anymore, and all eyes are on Hartman. A perfect situation for keeping the Ravenlock family in check while dealing a cutting blow to the Exaltists behind them. Another crucial point is Vivian and Phaethon. I must sever any ties they have with me or Mockingbird. Although I feel bad for Phaethon about what happened, but it had to be done. That's the only way they would be safe, allowing the plan to continue.
I noticed that you never turned your blade toward Master Proxy. So, those words you said back then were also...
I will bloody my hands. I will carry the weight of my sins. I will become the Abyss. Obviously, it was all an act. My acting has always been impeccable, as you know.
Hugo, you're taking such a tremendous risk. Why?
Would you believe me if I said it's for justice? But unfortunately, it's not. I want revenge on the Ravenlock family. And I will make sure that despicable excuse for a human being, Hartman, suffers a slow, torturous end. Of course, I also promised Vivian that I would help her investigate the whole thing with the Exaltists. That's all.
You don't look too good. Is it your wounds?
No. This is the first problem I plan to resolve. Lycaon, do you have a place that is sufficiently discreet, quiet, and can take a lot of damage?
What exactly are you doing?
Don't look at me like that. If I didn't have to do this, I wouldn't. Hartman recently obtained a bizarre substance, most likely from those crazy Exaltists. After use, it allows control of the victim's mind, to some extent.
You were dosed with it.
To be more precise, Lycon, I deliberately allowed Hartman to put this drug in my cup to facilitate our previous collaboration. After finding out about it, I quickly found someone to help analyze its composition. The good news is he gave me a very low dosage, perhaps because he was afraid I might notice. There's a different medication that can delay its onset, preventing me from actually being under his control. I simply need to put on a show in front of my dear uncle. The bad news is that currently there is no antidote. When I delay those effects, however, they will accumulate and erupt when my body reaches its limit. It may even break my mind. And that's exactly what's happening now. I need to endure those accumulated consequences. So, I will lock myself in this room for however long that takes. I've tied my limbs to prevent me from smashing this place or accidentally hurting myself. Anyway, after you leave, do not open this door, no matter what you hear.
I recommend seeking professional medical assistance.
This is advice I received from a doctor. Or are you saying you don't believe I can make it? So, Lycaon, come find me here at the scheduled time. All you need to do is smile and await my victory.
What if I want to stop you?
You know you won't succeed. You never have. And you never will. Well, time is short. Let's begin.
I understand. Don't die, you stupid bastard.
Is this because the side effects haven't worn off yet?